guys, good morning. This is Mommy Kathy of The Journey with the Andices. And today is the day. We've been processing our visa application, me and Zoe, since last year. Zoe got approved already, and this time it's my turn, and I need to be physically present for the interview. So today, I'll take you with me how it looks like outside the embassy. I'm sorry I cannot take any videos or footages inside the embassy, but at least you get the idea how it looks like. And then after that, I'm gonna keep you in the loop. What were the questions asked to me, and if I get approved? So please pray for me, and I'll see you guys later. Hi guys, this is Mommy Kathy of The Journey with the Andices. So part 2, did I get approved? Yes. So it was really a success yesterday, and today I will be sharing with you anong papers ang dapat dalhin, what to expect when you get there. Third is, what are the interview questions that were asked sa akin? And 4, if I have any tips to share. So, point of clarification, I applied for B1, B2 visa. It's for tourism, it's for leisure, okay? Nothing business. So everything that I'm going to talk about today is for me to get approved in this tourist visa in the USA, okay? So let's get started. Number 1, anong papers ang dapat mong dalhin? To be honest, ang dami kong dinala. Passport ng husband ko, passport ng baby ko, passport ko, and I also brought with me our marriage certificate, my baby's birth certificate, my birth certificate, at lahat-lahat original. I'd like to say that I'm happy that I overly prepared. But really guys, when you get there and you have filled out all the necessary information, yung inask lang talaga nila sa akin was my 2x2 picture and my passport. Yun. The rest of the papers that I have with me, hindi sila lumabas sa envelope ko. So, but then, I highly recommend for your peace of mind, just in case, prepare those documents still with you. And bring along with you money, even just 500 pesos or 1,000 pesos, just in case may delay yung interview, you can grab a cup of coffee, which is in the middle part of the embassy. Meron silang parang mini canteen doon. Okay? So, that's for the papers. Number 2, what to expect. Okay. 20 minutes before my interview, I was already there. I showed up already. So, magla-line up ka. Pinaline up ako nila sa gate 3. And then you just show your passport again and then your appointment. The moment you get in, para siyang airport. May mga police, and then you put again your stuff in this container, and then you go inside. And then make sure not to bring gadgets, right? Smart watches, smartphones, even pens, hindi ako nagdala. And then you just get inside. And then when you get inside, after nung parang airport area with all this X-rays, after that, parang merong area na hindi air conditioned, like it's like in the middle. And then yun yung parang may canteen. It's just, small lang yung canteen. Para, meron dong nagsaserve ng coffee. Do not be confused to sit down there. Because I got confused. I thought I have to sit down and really line up as well there. Kasi walang taong nag-guide sa'yo in that area. Tumuloy-tuloy ka, girl. Or else, baka malampasan yung oras mo. You go to the area with non-immigrant na gate. Tuloy-tuloy ka ng pasok, huwag kang magpapadelay-delay doon dahil yun pala ay waiting area. Waiting area pala yun ng mga taong tapos na sa interview and they just still have family members inside and they just wanna wait outside na may upuan compared doon sa super labas na super init. Okay?
Can I add something, love?
Go, love.
I think it's worth mentioning as well, now when they arrive sa US Embassy, do not be misled by so many people outside. Because when we get there, if you do not know that you should only arrive there 15 minutes prior to your appointment,
True.
Parang misleading na, grabe yung linya, daming tao sa labas. Don't be misled by that. What you need to do when you get there is to go directly sa post that says, yung parang prepare your appointment letter.
Doon kayo sa mga officers.
Pumasok kayo doon sa officers. Magtanong kayo sa officers, not doon sa mga bystanders, guys.
Yeah, because marami po kasing bystanders doon na where you can have your phone kept, your other valuables na bawal talaga because what's just allowed inside is just your transparent or folder with all your papers. So if you have a friend, a best friend, a husband with you, it's better to leave your stuff with someone that you trust outside. Okay? Thank you for that input, love. By the way, that's my husband at the back of the camera. So yeah, do not be misled by the canteen area or the waiting area. Keep going, girl. Hanapin mo yung non-immigrant gate, pumasok ka doon, and again, another set of officers will lead you the way to put again your papers for x-ray, then double check, tuloy-tuloy lang kasi may nag-guide na sa'yo. Okay? And then, there are 3 steps prior to the interview. First step, bigay mo yung 2x2 picture mo at saka yung passport mo. And then the girl will just ask you, which place do you intend to visit? So I said, New York. That's it. Make sure that tatandaan mo yung place na sinabi mo because that's gonna be the very question na i-ask sa'yo ng consul. Pero mamaya pa tayo dyan. Step 2, fingerprints. So, lagay mo muna yung 4 fingers mo, left, and then your right, and then thumbs. That's it. And then, step 3, pila na. Yun yung pinakamatagal na kumain talaga ng oras ko. I was there 9:45, love, no? I was there 9:45 and I was really in time for my interview. But since that time, with all the steps, yung waiting time yung super tagal. We started lining up really for the real interview na papunta ka na sa consul. That was already 11:30. So imagine almost 2 hours of waiting.
So to set proper expectation, diba, you will set up an appointment through their official website. If you choose a time, let's say 10 a.m.
Yes.
Because that's the time of my
Yes.
wife, right? As her appointment. That doesn't necessarily mean na pagpasok mo, interview agad.
No.
The 10 a.m. is just when you can come inside.
You're allowed.
You're allowed to get inside the US Embassy. And then from there, there's still a lot of waiting time because meron na din mga nakapasok prior to you.
Correct.
Until such time that you reach the interviewers.
That's true.
So in your case, love, diba, they advise 15 minutes before 10 a.m.,
Yeah.
right? Before your appointment time. So you follow that.
Yeah.
So from 10 a.m., up until what time ka before ka na-interview? How many minutes or did it take an hour before you were interviewed from your appointment time?
Yun. Almost 2 hours talaga yung waiting time ko.
Okay.
And then, comes 11:30, yun yung nag-start na kami nag-line up for the consul. And then when you line up, you don't really have the right time because that depends on how fast the consuls were. There were like 5 consuls who were conducting the interview. There were like 5 windows. So doon na yung totoong line up. Kasi yung line up na ginawa namin since 9:30 at 9:45 was really sitting down. Hindi pa yun yung super interview. Mafe-feel mo na yung tension when you stand up and really line up for the consul. So that was already 11:30, love, when I started lining up for the consul. Pero medyo mabilis siya because 5 windows nga. Parang tinime ko sila. There were some na parang 5 minutes. But one thing's for sure, it's 5 minutes under.
Per interview.
Per person,
Per
talaga.
person, yeah.
Oo. Whether it's a yes or a no, because there were some that I saw a no, parang nakakasad nga. Kasi sabi lang yung consul, that's it. Maybe next time. And then, parang may blue form na binigay sa kanila. Pero lahat talaga, whether it's a yes or a no, it's really under 5 minutes. So yeah, let me double check other expectations. So yeah, make sure lang talaga na you set, it's good to know what are the steps. It's good to know na may waiting time, right? Para at least you know what to expect. And especially if you have a friend or a husband waiting outside, they know na, okay, yung waiting time pala, it can go up to 2 hours or more. Okay? Pero the interview, guys, it's really short and sweet. Okay? In my case. Okay, let's move on to the third one. The most important and the most awaited part. Questions. Ano yung mga tinanong sa akin? Actually, guys, to be honest, I've checked a lot of YouTube videos because I was overthinking, natatakot akong mano. Because obviously you spent money for it, right? Not just the visa itself is 9,600 pesos. Imagine if it's a no, nagtapon ka ng 9,600 pesos. And especially me, us coming from Bacolod, so that's also your airplane tickets, your hotel accommodation, your Airbnb accommodation, yung kinain nyo pa. So imagine really the waste of money if it's a no. That's where my nerves are really coming from. So I was just praying, and more than praying, I tried to prepare as much as I can. So I've watched a lot of YouTube videos of Filipinos na of course nakakuha ng yes, ng approval. So with the interview, actually na-shock ako kasi I was just asked for questions. Yung mga pinanood ko, parang ang dami nung tinanong sa kanila. Paulit-ulit pa yung iba. So, mamaya mabibigay ako ng tips bakit parang 4 lang yung tinanong sa akin. So, the questions that were asked sa akin was, so I see you're going to New York. What will you do to New York? So yun, I just revolve around that and I answered lang talaga na, well, coming from Bacolod City, which is a kind of a province area, you don't see a lot of, skyscrapers. And so I'm really excited to go to New York to see those towering skyscrapers and take amazing photos and try their pizza, all the food in the New York because I'm a foodie. So that's it. Para yung consult pa nga yung, okay, tama na iha. Parang ganon. Okay. And then, number 2 question sa akin was, what do you do? So I just explained that I'm in a business process outsourcing company. I've been there for going 14 years now. I am under a new account. It's called Clearview. It's a cloud-based app. This is it. Super explain na talaga ako. And yung console na talaga yung, okay, enough na. Okay? And then the 3rd question was what your husband does. So yun, sinabi ko anong trabaho ng husband ko, how many yung taong hinahandle niya, anong line of business niya, ganon. And then lastly, feeling ko ito yung cherry on top talaga. He asked me, what are the countries that you visited? And so I just elaborated everything. So we've visited mostly Asian countries, that's Singapore, Thailand, Hong Kong, and very recently Korea. And he was like, okay, got your visa approved. Wait for 1 to 5 days and then it will be delivered to you. And I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. Para akong naging Korean at that very moment. I was just telling the console, thank you so much. So yun, parang sinapian ako. And I'm just so relieved na it was a yes. After all the nervyos ko, after all the preparation, it was worth it, definitely. So, yun lang po yung 4 questions na tinanong sa akin. I was just happy that it was really, really short and sweet. I was, to be honest, very scared kasi 5 yung consul. And just to give you another expectation, how they look like. So, there are some who looks very Filipino pero super ganda nung accent. Super ganda nung English accent niya. I was really hoping to be interviewed by him. There's also 2 very tall and American people. Okay din kung doon ako pumunta. And then there's one who looks very Chinese pero super ganda din ng accent. I was hoping to go to either of those 4. Pero napunta ako doon sa parang he's really big, love. He's really big. Parang Russian looking siya. Medyo bald na siya. And then yung kinakatakutan ko, nothing against him, okay? Natakot lang talaga ako because prior to me, I saw a few no's with the blue form. And malalaman mo talaga na it's a no. Kasi gets mo yung pagbigay ng form, parang parang ayaw pang umalis nung ini-interview, love. Yes, love. And then, gets mo yung walang magagawa. Yung parang ganon. And then, yung yuko na lang. So, I was really like, oh my God, he's saying no. Kasi, tapos hindi siya yung smiling face, unlike nung Filipino and the rest of the guys. So takot talaga ako, girl, sa kanya. Pero sabi ko, no, laban lang talaga. So yeah, yes guys, what to expect, different types of consuls really who will interview you. So do not get intimidated kung hindi sa gusto mo, ikaw pumunta. Okay? Just breathe in, breathe out, and then just do your best. Kaya mo to. So, lastly, what are my tips in this? I would say really watch a lot of videos. And I suggest you watch videos of Filipinos who get a yes. Pero ang pinaka malaking takeaway ko na nakatulong talaga sa confidence level ko was watching real previous consoles. You know, as a console, what is your expectation and why would you say yes to someone who's applying for a visa? Mas nakatulong sa akin yun kasi very informative yung mga videos nila telling you how to answer specific questions. So, example, pag tinanong ka, are you going to New York? Don't just say yes. Elaborate. Bakit gusto mong pumunta sa New York? Na parang yung console na talaga magsasabi nga, enough na girl. You shared too much information na. So if you can elaborate why you want to go to New York, what you want to experience there, go for it. I-elaborate mo. Don't tell them answers na parang obvious at nababasa na nila. So if they say, do you have a husband? Yes, I do. And then tell them na agad anong trabaho ng husband mo. Huwag mo nang antayin pa what your husband does. Okay? And then, anong trabaho mo? Sabihin mo na anong business meron ka, anong industry meron ka, and what exactly do you do. I-elaborate mo. Tell them something they don't know. Okay? So yun. And then, you have to make sure that if you're traveling as a tourist, make sure mo talaga yung ties mo sa country mo is strong just in case dumating kayo sa ganoong question. I was hoping he would ask me that question, pero siguro naging strong yung application ko because my husband and my daughter both have the visa already. So, I was hoping he would ask me because I was going to discuss to him that my daughter is going to school, right? We're building a house, and so my ties to my country is really strong. But hindi na kami dumating sa ganoong part. So just make sure that to take note of those things. Bakit hindi ka aalis ng Pilipinas? Bakit babalik ka ng Pilipinas? Make sure that story is a very strong kind of story and prepare for that in case that's being asked of you. Especially if you don't have family members who has this visa approved already. Okay? So that's one. Then, what I do, to be honest, I just kept practicing at home. I pop up a few questions here and there, and then I look at the mirror and I just really practice para mas natural yung pag-deliver ko. And then, every time I caught myself na naninervyos ako, di ba pag naninervyos ka, parang, what do you call that? Nagdadry yung throat mo.
Yeah.
Nagdadry yung dila mo. Parang hindi ka na makapagsasalita. And then, di ba yung pacing mo sobrang bilis? That's because of the nerves. So every time I caught myself during my practice pa lang yun, ninenervyos na ako. Imagine what more if you're there, di ba? So, mas magandang marami kang practice sa bahay mo. So, you get to, adjust and you get to cut yourself and then, breathe in and just breathe out. And speaking of nerves, it really happens and it's normal. And by the way, they expect that from you, di ba? Hindi naman sigurong super excited for this question, for this Q&A. Lahat naman siguro parang natatakot. I don't know, but in my case, takot ako. Natakot talaga ako. Just thinking that, the amount of money that will be put to waste in case it's a no, right? So how do I fight my nerves? I just practice this very simple breathing techniques. I've been doing this ever since, I would say. So how do I do that? Just breathe in 8 seconds. So follow me. Do it with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then hold for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then exhale for 11 seconds. I guarantee you guys, from super nervyos, mariregulate mo talaga yung heartbeat mo, and pati yung pacing mo. It works for me. You might want to try it, especially pag nagla-line up ka na sa console. And it works for me all the time, even before giving birth. I did that too. So, lastly, just be honest. Just really be honest. Kung wala ka namang gawang masama or wala kang gawa-gawang story in your head, wala kang dapat really ka-nervyos. The nervyos is just really out of maybe the tension and the pressure. Kasi, dikit-dikit siya, guys. Yung window for the interview. maybe nape-pressure ka, people are looking at you, that can be an additional reason to be nervyos, right? Pero just be honest sa lahat ng sasabihin mo and makikita yun ng consul. Kasi tingnan mo talaga siya eye-to-eye contact talaga and make sure to even lean forward during the interview because you can get distracted because every window, lahat ng consul, they have microphone. And some speaks louder and even those who answers the question, they speak really, really loud as well. So, make sure to just focus on your consul. If pwede, hindi mo siya maparipit. Pero pag hindi mo talaga narinig, just ask again, I'm sorry sir, can you please repeat that for me? Walang masama doon. Okay? So, yun lang. I hope naging helpful sa iyo itong video na to. Guys, if you have any questions, please comment down below. I'll be more than happy to respond.